And I'm really, really excited because it's something that I actually always talk about with my friends and what we always argue about. So today we're talking about privacy. Now, how far does privacy go, and where do you draw the line with your partners or with your friends to say this is my private space, and you can't go beyond that? So the topic we have today is talking about sharing of passwords on devices such as mobile phones and laptops. Is it okay for me to withhold my password from my partner? Well, I'm not married yet, so I'm going to throw this straight to Tommy. Let's find out on the married perspective, like, is it okay for you to not share your password with your husband? Or is it okay for your husband not to share his password with you? Does that become does that create tension? Does that mean you're hiding or he's hiding something?
It really depends. It depends really, because if my husband from day one doesn't like people touching his phone or computers or wherever his password is, I just feel that I should have access to your phone. I don't believe in withholding information. I feel that that puts me in a suspicious mode.
Okay.
Yeah, I begin to suspect that, okay, are you hiding something from me, or is there something that I don't know about you that you're trying to hide? And if I decide to now respect that, okay, you know what, you keep your password to yourself and your phones and your whatever, then don't expect the same from me. Don't expect me to give you my password, or don't expect me to let you have access to my phone.
Okay, so you mentioned something in the beginning, saying if from the start of the relationship, he's someone that doesn't like sharing it, would you still expect him to change that part of him? Or would it be okay for him to continually be that sort of person?
If it's like that, I can't change it.
Okay.
But if he expects me to be open with my password and my private stuff, then I'm going to have a problem with that. Because I'm going to have a problem with that because you cannot eat your cake and have it.
Okay, so my other question is, this is for the married people out there as well. Let me know what you guys think. Let us know what you think. So the point of him being sort of someone that withholds his passwords, that's just because that's who he is, that's how he was raised or he was brought up or things like that.
Nobody was raised like that.
And I mean on the point of maybe that's what his father did and that's what his mom did. They respected each other's privacy, and there was no need to sort of invade, the word invade or the word cross that line, like it's my personal device. Why some people who don't even understand.
When you're married, there's no more privacy really. And it's not like you set out to say, oh, what's happening on your phone today, or what's just imagine a phone call comes in, and then you see the phone call and you know the person that is calling, and you say, oh dear, look at this person is calling, and then you have a problem with it because I picked up your phone to give you that. Some people some people it's that bad that you can't even
touch their phones.
Yes, you can't pick up their phones. You can't okay, maybe replying a text message is going too far.
So that's actually opening the device, unlocking it, and reading the message and responding to the message.
I think that is going too far. But if your husband if he doesn't find a problem with it, then fine. But if it's somebody like that likes to keep his privacy, please don't go to his message.
Okay, so the other question I was trying to ask in the beginning was, he's like that, but you're not like that. So you're very free, your friend is always open, anyone has access to your phone, your friends, your whoever it is. And because your husband is not that way, because your partner is not that way, does that mean you should change who you are?
No, I don't have to change. But if you demand or you feel like it's your right to now have access to my phone.
Yeah, but you're naturally giving with your phone. Like your phone is always unlocked. There's no password on your phone. Would you then put a password on your phone?
I won't put a password on my phone, but I don't expect you to pick up my phone, because what you do to your neighbor, what they say that, how they say that. I'm really strong on that. If you don't like something, don't do it to the other person.
Okay.
That's what my own motto is.
Okay.
So if you don't like something, fine, I understand it.
So don't expect.
But don't expect me,
because you don't do it.
Because I don't do it. Then
in the first place.
Exactly. Then that's when I will have a problem.
Okay.
You get.
I mean, for me, I mean, based from what Tommy is saying, I mean, she's coming. Obviously, she's talking from her personal view and from a married point of view as well. And you know, I look at things from my own point of view. Even in friendships, you know, there's some times where, I mean, my phone is a very, very private phone. It's really personal to me. Not because there's particular, and this will be an interesting one for me for marriage, because it's so personal to me. Not because I'm hiding anything, just because, for example, you have a smartphone these days. Your emails are there, your bank statements are there.
So you don't think your wife should have access to your bank statement?
Not. I mean, she can have access to it because it's there, but not for her to, like you said. Well, it's a slightly different situation to demand to see how much I have in my how much I have in my account. My pictures are there. If it was those olden days touch and go phones, then I can say, okay, yeah, that's fine. But there's my credit card information.
But you're not with a stranger.
Yes,
I expect that there should be like some form of access.
Yeah, there should be some form of access. Meaning, so my thing is now, for example, I would not hide information per se, because in the case of unexpected situations, my partner, my wife, should be able to pick up my phone and be able to sort things out. So I'll give an example. It's a very sad situation, but I had a friend who, very rich guy, got married, and he was very, very secretive with his phone. Not because he particularly had anything to hide, just because that was how he was raised. I mentioned that earlier on, because his mother had her phone. No one ever, even to go, the kids didn't really go into each other's rooms. They were very, stay in your space, I have my space, these are your clothes, these are my clothes, you don't wear my clothes, I don't wear. No,
I have a problem with that.
Yeah, that sort of situation. And that's because probably, now I wouldn't say because their parents were very rich, they were able to afford things for each person. That's how they're raised in their family. So unfortunately for his wife, her husband died. So now, when the situation happened, she was literally stuck because she had no clue. She didn't even know the password on his phone. She didn't know and there was no will. So she couldn't, in situations like that, his wife should have been able to pick up his phone and say, okay, this is there, these are the properties, this is the account, this is the passwords, this is the PIN, this is the, and I had a conversation with her at some point, and she was like, Daniel, your friend was so secretive. We actually don't know what he has in this world. Like, we don't know anything.
That's where I have a problem.
Yeah. So from a wife's point of view, I can see
a big problem with that, because you're not married to a stranger.
Yeah.
So to an extent, maybe I don't even know what you are hiding. Why shouldn't you have access to everything? Yeah. Really.
It's now marriage.
If you're not hiding something, you must be really hiding something. For you to hide your password.
Yeah.
Because for me, I feel like, or say, oh, don't touch my phone, don't touch my things, I can't survive with people like that.
Yeah.
Because I love to feel like I belong to someone, not feel like a complete stranger. If you're saying, oh, these are my things, this is my space, then you rather just be alone and be a bachelor. Don't get married.
Yeah. or a bachelorette, for example.
Exactly.
Because I know there are women like that as well.
Because you'll be in each other's space. You can't avoid that. Unless you have an agreement where you probably live in different houses, and then when you have to see each other and make babies, then you come together, which I don't think it makes sense. You could have a baby mama.
People, I guess.
Well, you could have a baby mama. Why disturb yourself to get married? Like, there's no point.
On a situation like, it's really funny and it's really interesting for me, because when I hear these conversations, or when we have these conversations, these sort of debates about with friends and family and loved ones and partners, it really makes me think that, okay, for example, Tommy said she wants to feel that she belongs. Now, I think to myself, don't I already make my wife feel that she belongs? Is it my phone or is it my laptop that would then make her feel like she belongs? Now, for me, for example, I have a rule with for certain people, even like close friends, they know my passwords to my phone. Now, that doesn't mean you should cross the line to go into my information and snoop around. So my friends can be on my phone and say, I want you to, here you go, you know the password. Now that's the same thing I would expect from my wife. You know?
To me, that exactly is crossing the line. If, for instance, I have a password, I have my husband's password to his email, to whatever, to his phone and everything,
and then
doesn't mean I should go snoop around. Then that's when you should be upset.
But if you have that information, don't you think it's easier? Use the word
when I feel like, a woman is
exactly, that's what I'm talking about.
When I feel like you're hiding something,
then you go and check.
No. Something will push you. You know that thing that pushes you. Let me just check
so
this phone.
Isn't it better for you not to have the password?
No, it's for emergency. See, for emergency,
it's okay.
for when you're not available, for a lot of things can happen there. No, but seriously, I believe that guys, couples should share their passwords. Now you can now decide between yourselves and say, look, okay, when it comes to my messages, my text messages, don't go there.
But tell me, when you have that password,
wait,
going to go inside
but even phones do like segmented passwords now. You can have passwords to your media. You can have passwords to your.
Okay, so what's the point in you having the first password and not the second,
because,
third, and fourth password?
I had some guys and they said, look, the reason why they hide their phones is that, for instance, now maybe a girl or maybe a random ex-girlfriend sends a message and it's very
compromising.
It's not even it's very harmless.
Okay.
But by the time you see it, you've already thought far. I mean, the woman has already thought far, and they start to fight and quarrel and all of that. So to avoid all those kind of fights,
that's why they have passwords.
They hide it. But some people take it too far.
Take the password
protection too far, in the sense that you can't even touch. By the time you touch the phone like this, hey, I know that you are definitely hiding something. There's something that you are doing.
It's funny. I want to share a quick story. We're running out of time, but I'll just share this quick story. This situation you're talking about, this is someone very, very close to me. I can't mention the person's name for obvious reasons, but it's a female. So I went on holiday and a call kept coming into her phone. And it was a bit, she was just like, she doesn't know who's calling, that kind of stuff, but she never shares her password with her husband. So this is a flip reverse.
And I think, you know what, her husband did not share his password, so she's paying back.
Why are you saying
it's a payback something? It's very hard. Let me tell you something. Most women don't care about these things.
The husband's phone actually.
Only if the woman is hiding something.
No, the husband's phone doesn't have a password. That one I can tell you. So it wasn't like a payback thing. This is a real life situation that I witnessed myself. So the husband's phone is there. He's a businessman. He's always on the phone. She doesn't care about his phone, and she always also expects him not to care about her phone. But because there's a password on her own phone, the husband automatically says, "You are cheating on me." So this particular incident, I was there, and the call kept coming in, and she ignored it. We run out of time, guys, but I'm really sorry. You need to just spare a minute. So anyway, so the call kept coming in. Her husband comes, "Who's calling you? That's your boyfriend. That's this, that's that." She's like, "Boyfriend? What are you talking about?" And then he demanded that she unlocks the phone. So she refused, saying, "I'm not going to unlock my phone." And this drama went on for about probably 12 hours of the day. So I said to her, I was like, "Babe, are you hiding something? What's on your phone?" I'm going back to my country, like I'm going. And she's like, "No, Daniel, there's actually nothing on my phone. I just feel it's an invasion of privacy." So I was like, "Okay, can you just unlock the phone?" And by the time she unlocked the phone and she gave him the phone, but when she unlocked it, she didn't let him see the password. And she gave it to him. He went through the whole phone and there was not a single malpractice on it. And she just said, "I love my privacy. That's how I was raised." So it's funny because we see all these things, and I just thought it was a bit crazy that if you're not hiding anything, just give him the phone. And she's like, "No, it's my phone." But anyway, guys, please send us your comments. Send us experiences that you might have witnessed or things that you actually do. Let us know what you think about this topic today. But thank you so much for the love and support so far. We really, really do appreciate it. And make sure you keep watching Dear Young Wife. until the next time, please look after yourselves, be safe, and do good. And